Hi, it's Lori from Lollipop Paper. I wanted to do a quick video today on two-step stamping, and I decided to use the stamp set To a Wild Rose from the annual catalog. And this is a beautiful set, and it is a bundle with the Wild Rose dies. And I did choose this one because it gave me a little trouble in the beginning. But I knew I wanted to really get the most out of it. So I plowed through and I came up with a few little tips that I wanted to share with you today on how to get several different images or shadings of the same image just using this stamp set. So these are the ones that I did, and I'm using Seaside Spray, which is one of my favorite of the in colors, the new in colors. And I did use the same color on all of them because I wanted us to see the difference in the actual just the stamping and the shading that you can get from that one stamp, just using it in different ways. And I thought using the same color would be, it would pop out to us the most. And plus, I just love this color. This is the first. This is the solid image. So we're gonna do that first, and we're gonna stamp it a few times to show you how we can get all the different variations. So let me just put this back here for later. Okay, so I'm using the solid stamp image, and I just have my scrap set up in the center because I found that the photopolymer does pick up a little bit, but when it picks up the paper a little. So as long as I know where I'm placing it, if it does pick it up, I can always bring it back down again to the same spot. And I do have it on this. This is a new, it's called the Deluxe Foam Mat from the annual catalog also. And this is a really great tool to have. It has a little padding, you can see here, on the bottom, but it does have the grid marks, which I definitely love and I use all the time. And it has some kind of laminate on top, so it can be wiped off. The ink can be wiped off really super easy. So that's what I did there. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up really well because actually I want to get 3 separate images out of it. And I'm not going to press too hard. I'm just going to give this first one a little press like that because I want to do it again. And I have to be so careful with these magnets. These are my 3rd sets of magnets because I keep clashing them together and they just break. Okay, so that's our second image, and let's see if we can get one more image out of it. I'm not sure if we can, but comes out like almost white, but that's okay. Let's just see what we can do. It really just depends on how much you ink it up and how much pressure you put on those first 2. But it's okay. I just wanted to get a little, I can see a little bit here, so I'm good with that. Okay, yeah, I can see that. All right, so I'm going to bring back my first one that I did, and let's put him right back in the same spot. And you'll notice that I did on my stamp, and this is the trouble that I had in the beginning. It took me forever to try to match them. I was circling and circling. So finally, when I did get it, I decided to mark it. So just put a little Sharpie mark there on the corner, and so it just gives me an idea. It's not exact, but it gives me an idea of where I'm placing this. At least I know, and I always have it, facing the left. So it just gives me a better idea and a little bit more control of where I want this. Okay, and I think that's perfect. All right, so let's move this up. We'll use this plate here. And like I said, this pulls up, so that's okay, because I'm gonna make sure it's right back where it was. Okay, I'm gonna ink this up with the Seaside Spray again, and this is the outline image. So this is this image over here. Okay, so, and these two right alone make a beautiful flower all on its own. Okay, see how pretty that is? And that's those two steps. And that was the darkest, the first stamp that we had done, which would be this one. And even here you can see that it is a little lighter. This will lighten up as it dries. But okay, so that's our first one. For our second one, we're going to do, we're going to put this back. Again. Okay, now this time I'm going to use a little, I'm going to use a different ink for my outline. I'm going to use the Smoky Slate because I am going to fill in with that second stamp, which just gives it a little bit of highlight color on this stamp too. And this will, I'll show you how that comes out. But you see how much easier that is just with that marker there. I'm not spending too much time turning it and fussing with it. So, okay, so this looks good the way it is now. So what I want to do now is take that second image where it has just the second stamp, sorry, where it has just the highlighted portions. Again, I have my little Sharpie mark here, so I know it's kind of in this area. And this is why this is so hard, because when you're looking at this stamp, you don't think that that's where it goes. You have to kind of trust it and trust the process and trust the fact that Stampin' Up! Knows what they're doing. And so that baby is in there too. Okay, let's put him right back where he belongs. Okay. I don't know if we're going to need that. All right, so now I'm just adding the little highlight color to the inside, not the solid color. And look how pretty that looks. Okay, so we have, just by using the same background with the solid image, we have two beautiful flowers already, which we could do. So this one probably, I think, was this one here. All right, so now let's take this really light image and let's see if we can just make that pop a little bit. It's definitely, I would probably want it a little bit lighter. And if I wanted to just keep everything where it was, I could just stamp off a few times. But let's just do this. I'm just going to put the Seaside Spray on the outline again. And let's see if we can bring him to life. Because it will pick up a little bit. And look how pretty that looks. Okay, so that's the 3 right there. Now, the other thing I did was... that's 3. We can add little centers to that in just a second. So the other thing I did was I didn't use the background stamp at all. I just used the outline and that middle stamp. So I think I'm going to put that back in the gray too. But, all right, so we're going to use the outline is going to be in gray again. We'll do that first this time. Okay, and you see how easy this makes this, the Stamparatus makes this process. I mean, it just does not get any easier than this. And now I'm going to go back to just the stamp that had just like the highlight image in the color for it. We won't need this anymore, so let's get rid of that guy. And you can see how pretty that looks. So you have 4 totally different images that you made out of just these two and 3 actual stamps. Let me just move this out of the way. And let's finish this up a little bit. I'm going to add a little Daffodil Delight. Get my mat here. And then, like I said, I just used the same color so you could just really see the difference in the actual stamping and not so much on the different colors that it made. There you go. Look how pretty that is. And then I'll take these and I will crop them out with those rose dies that came with the bundle. And I hope that made it a little easier for you to use this set. It's such a pretty set. It was just definitely worth figuring it out. The hardest part is just once you figure out where those where they lay on top of each other for the actual for the second and third step, you're good. Make a little mark with a Sharpie and you're literally good to go. You can just mass produce it if you had to. So that's my little video today for 2 and 3 step stamping and with my beautiful in color Seaside Spray. So I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I hope you got a few tips so that you can try it on your own. Just let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'm always happy to help and to answer them. I will have the measurements and the whole recipe for all 4 of these cards down in the description of the in the video. So I thank you very much for joining me today. If you do need, I just got my stack of holiday catalogs in the mail today. They came one day early, so I was very excited about that. If you would like a complimentary copy, I'd be happy to send you one. So just let me know and I can pop one of those in the mail for you very quickly. If you ever want to order this set, which is available now, we do have to wait for the for September 4th, I believe, for the holiday catalog to go live. But you can get this set now, and if you visit my store at lollipoppaper.stampinup.net, you can get it right through there. I appreciate your spending some time with me today, and I thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.